Give thanks every time. All right, okay, something new for today, bringing you massive value, as I would say, in all types of ways. So, another day, another flow, doing what I know, and always learning too. That's just what you gotta do if you wanna stay fresh. Gotta keep your mind healthy, gotta keep learning. Just doing the same thing over and over again. And not learning anything new will make you stupid. So, give thanks for AI. Give thanks for learning. Give thanks for technology. Give thanks for making life better. And like I keep saying, the crazy thing is, like, I thought that building AI employees would make it so that I would work less. And it is actually the opposite. The more AI employees I build that do more of my work, it's the work I don't like doing. So then, like, I wake up in the morning and I'm only thinking about the work I like doing. I know everything I don't like doing is handled by the agents. So I'm like, all right, like all that stuff I used to wake up and think like, oh man, first I got to do this, then I can like get to the, no, I don't have to do that anymore. It's like, I want to work more because I'm working on the things that I like more. And I'm like actually working on the things that I enjoy working on more. So it's basically like I'm getting 100 times more work done than I did, before AI. But I'm working 100 times more. So, yeah. What do you think about that? And and another thing I'm noticing is like some people are very obsessed with AI and how the way AI phrases things, and just like it seems to me like people, like anything generated by AI is, some people just consider it AI slop. Even if it's providing value to them, if it's AI slop. And people just keep trying to engage with me about like using AI. And I'm like, my channel is AI. Like my channel says, I'm using AI. I'm learning AI. I'm implementing AI into my business. Like I'm not hiding that I'm using AI. And so many people are upset. So many people are like, you look at what's going on in the world right now and think that people would have the energy to be upset about the way that AI phrases things in a certain specific type of way, that bothers them that much. It does not make any sense to me. I don't understand it. So, hit the like button if you understand, if you see what I'm talking about, and you're like, yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Why do people hate AI slop? I mean, I get it. Like, if it's bad, like, then yeah, but like, some people just like hate AI. And I'm just like, hey, love is the only solution. I don't know why you have a problem with it, but hey, I'm not gonna play that game with you. I'm not gonna engage with that other than just like this general shout out I'm doing. I'm not gonna like give any one person any engagement. I'm just gonna like say what I'm noticing, and like people can think whatever they want. I'm not trying to tell people how to think. That's something what AI would do. That's something the corporations are trying to have AI do for you. I'm trying to stay productive, so gotta keep on working. And man, see, like I feel like I just spent that last 4 minutes talking about stuff that wasn't work, and I could have been working. So just gotta stay productive. That's what I'm gonna do. First, I want you to tell me about Notion and how businesses use it. Okay, so now the main thing I want to know about is Notion custom agents. This is a new feature that Notion just started. It's basically custom agents. And I just want you to explain to me first, like, basics of how that works. And the desk goes down. And it stays there for a little while. Okay, so you're already getting to where I was going with this. Sounds like you understand how my agents work, and sounds like you're already seeing like some of the ways it's better. So just basically give me a breakdown. How is my setup better? Are there any ways you see the Notion setup better? Okay, so I see what you're saying, and there's some things I really don't understand. The main thing is like, you're saying that Notion is superior over my workflow with document and wiki access. Are you saying that it's superior because it can access more information? That doesn't make sense to me. From what I understand, like, I can put all the same information I could put into however Notion stores its information into a custom database. Maybe even more, maybe even like better, like structure it. Sounds like basically what you're saying is not that, if I'm understanding this correctly, it's not that Notion has superior document and wiki information. It's just easier to upload that information because you don't have to create the database. Also, with the workspace integrations, you're saying Notion is superior. But it seems to me it's not superior, it's just easier. Like, you can hook up pretty much anything you need in Notion manually with an API, and probably even more. Like, from what I understand, there's certain APIs and certain services that don't link right with Notion. So I don't understand. Like, am I understanding this correctly? When you said superior, were you kind of exaggerating that it's actually just easier and not actually better? Also, I see what you're saying, that Notion custom agents are designed to organize the human side of your business for like answering policy questions, organizing bug reports, and drafting meeting summaries. But I mean, you could create those same custom agents without Notion, and they would do the job just as well, and then you would own all the data and you wouldn't be having to pay Notion. There's probably even other like benefits to this too that I'm not even thinking of off the top of my head. So let me know, am I right? Pretty much anything Notion can do, like, my setup is better. At least everything that you brought up. Let me know what you think. Yep. Right. Notion is just easier for a non-developer because they can type into a pretty page without design. Yeah. But then it's like, it's easier to set up, but then it's way easier to break too. And then you're probably going to actually need some tech skills. Yeah, and then every app has to have an official Notion This is what I'm seeing is like not everything, but like 90% about when I'm seeing custom agents, when I'm seeing people talking about agents, and then when I really like break it down what it's doing, it's extremely exaggerated on what it's capable of. And it's very, very difficult when people are talking about agents to like find the method that I'm using, find people who are doing that and understand that. Because the majority of people are building these very simple to make, very easy to break agents that are basically not much different than just using an LLM. And then a lot of them also like try to lock you into keeping all your stuff on their platform. So if you want to leave, they make it super difficult for you to get your data back. And that's how they try to keep you locked in. And the main thing is, like, from what I understand, like, nobody's found a way to, like, mass produce this system that I built that's custom, because it is custom. Because if you mass produced it, it wouldn't be custom anymore and it wouldn't have the same power. But, like, I feel like these, like, Notion, like, for how tech the people on their team have to be, they've got to understand this. So why are they hyping it up, and why are they trying to make it sound like it's doing the thing it can't do when they know it can't do that? And why are so many tech companies doing this? There we go. No dunking on Notion at any point. Gotta take the easy dunk sometimes, man. And that's same, like, if somebody can show me how my system is, like, if there's something better than what I'm doing, like, tell me. I would like to hear it. I'm not trying to, like, claim anything that it's not. From what I know, it is the best. Even Notion said they have more custom agents than they do human employees. Okay, so I'm reading about Notion right now and the custom agents, and it says right here on their website that the agents are free through May 3rd, 2026, and you have to pay for them after that. Okay, so how is this new? Why was this reported as a news story? Explain that to me. So I'm not doing the exact math, but this to me looks considerably more expensive. But I don't know. I'd have to use it to see. This is kind of confusing. Because, like, it's saying it's, you know, that price to do a status update. But I understand how that works, and it shouldn't be that expensive because it's already... the information is already there. It's not like making anything up. It's just taking information and, like, writing it in a predefined structure. So it shouldn't cost that much. Okay, so like, I just caught the AI doing something crazy. But like, it doesn't understand why it was wrong. And if I didn't catch it, it would have kept doing it. And if I wasn't like going over this stuff the way I was going over it, I wouldn't catch it. And it's like problem solved. Like as soon as I find it, I solve the problem. But I have to like manually be doing what I'm doing. Otherwise, I would not catch this stuff. Alright. Problem solved. Just gotta refresh.
What this means is if you take your time and plan things out and make sure that you are set up to perform that job as flawlessly as you can, you're going to have a much better result.
Yeah. When they come out of left field, man. I'd have to agree with that man and what he just said, but I don't think that was very musically delivered in a musical way. Welcome back, C Films. Respect every time. I'd have to say I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing good too.
The worst thing you can do is rush through something and then take 3
Awesome.
times as long as
Good to hear you're doing great.
you have to troubleshoot all these weird issues.
It's always good working with you.
Worse than that is you end up with lingering doubts as to whether your workmanship is good.
So right now I'm working on this video about
And really enjoy the
basically
process as much as you can.
looking at Notion's custom agents,
perfect as you can.
comparing it to my custom agents, breaking it down.
For years to come.
Yesterday was like the first day that I pretty much like finished that first workflow. The majority of it's done. The majority of the agents are running, and I was able to really get done like in just yesterday. Like I got done most of what I would get done in like a whole week of working in like one day. So I mean, I definitely am seeing massive benefits to the agents that I built, and now I'm you know, trying to see what all is out there for alternatives. Can I find something that's working better in certain ways than what I built, and then implement that into what I built? So far, I can't find it. Everything that seems to like this Notion, because I've been calling what I've been building custom agents. So now I found this Notion has what it calls custom agents, but it's really like hyped up, and I'm seeing it's really not that much different from Hermes Agent, with maybe a little bit better of a database concept. Maybe, but then there's also extra like downsides that you don't have with Hermes agents. So, and it's really not that custom because you're defined by Notion's connections and the way that tasks work. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm seeing out here. But at the end of the day, all this is really trying to you know, make the next version of my workflow better. How about you, C Films? You working on anything specific tonight? Any new SEO news? Working on the code tonight. That's awesome. Well, let me know if you finish anything new, and I'll check it out, let you know what I think. And can you explain to me more about what you were saying about how Notion, if there's like a problem in a workflow, like the whole thing just shuts down, versus like, because mine is custom, like one issue is not going to shut down the whole workflow? That would make sense. If it's monolithic, Yeah, that's major. If any little mistake happens anywhere in the workflow, you basically have to start over the whole thing. It's crazy. Because especially things like timeout, I feel like that's probably going to happen. I notice that happening almost every week on something different. Whereas like my custom ones, if something fails, it's like, okay, it failed, try it again in 30 seconds. And if it doesn't work, then I can change it to like try it again in a minute, or try it again like 3 times. Like I can just keep working with it until it like fixes whatever is wrong with that step. every time I get to the part in the script talking about my opinion, I just keep thinking, my name is Pato Banton, and this is my opinion. And I haven't even heard that song in a long time. I don't know why. Like, music, just random songs just pop up in my life like that. If you know that song, respect. That is a good song. But every time I talk about my opinion, my mind drifts to that song. I don't know why. Or, I mean, I know why, but yeah. I do not say ciao. I don't think I've ever said ciao. But it's crazy how, like, I recognize certain phrases that I would say, like, that I would have ad-libbed in a previous video. And then when I give it to AI to edit, it's also making a transcript of everything I said. And it can actually pick out the parts I'm ad-libbing from the parts, the bullet points and the scripts that it give me. And then it remembers my ad-lib parts and then, like, applies it to the next script. And it's really awesome, but it's also kind of, like, weird, I guess is the best word I can think of, because it's like, whoa, wait, I just said that a week ago. I can't believe it remembered. Like, this remembers everything. But yeah, I mean, that's awesome. All right. Looks like I'm ready to do this one. Give thanks every time. All right, something new for today. Bringing you massive value, as I would say. Start over. Start over. Give thanks every time. This is one of my AI employees clocking out of a real shift. As you can see, I've got it highlighted, the research agent. And from this view, I can see how its shift works, what other employees that it communicates with, and how that basically flows across an entire workflow. So this did a week of market research for my business, and it billed me about 34 cents. Notion, if you're familiar, it is an external tool, mostly used for businesses. So Notion sells something with the exact same name I use for these, custom agents. So custom agents was the name that I basically gave these, And that was after like first trying out Hermes agents and Claude, a few different like agent styles of agents before realizing I could build my own agent team better if I built it myself. I just had to learn how to do it and learn the technical skills. And I mean, it took me like 6 months of like grinding like almost every day, but I did it. I mean, it's not easy. So Notion sells something with the exact same name I use, custom agents. Basically, it's an AI team inside Notion that works while you sleep. So I had to check it out. I had to see like how does this compare to my agent team, because I'm always trying to find something better so that I can take what is better and implement that into my system. But it looks like I'm getting to a point where it's really difficult for me to find any system that works better than mine. So like that's what I'm trying to find. So if you can see anything that's, that I'm saying about my system that you think could be better, please feel free to let me know. I won't take it as any kind of offense. Like I would like to know. So now I can cover Notion. And I mean, now that I understand these systems so well, I can understand Notion and what it's doing. And I've been covering all these other models too. So Notion's been out since February. 21,000 agents got built just in the beta. However, I'm just seeing it now. Like, I didn't know about this until now because it's trending right now on social media, and people in AI social media are just now discovering it, it seems, right after the free period ended. And it's all about like paying to use it now. So you're basically renting, and now it costs money. So I think this is great news, but there is one difference between what they sell and what you are looking at right now, and it's the whole game. Notion's agents work inside Notion. Mine work on my business because they stand on a database I own. So let me show you what one difference changes. And there are more than one differences, but there's one major difference, and this is like everything. So here's what Notion actually shipped. Basically, you can describe a job that you have in plain English. The agents run on a schedule inside your workspace, inside Notion. They can read and edit your pages and databases, all your drafts, and they can organize basically anything while you're away. So, like the basic tasks that an AI agent would do, that like all AI agents do, they do that. It just does it inside of Notion. This is Notion's version. I think last week I was learning all about Grok's version. I think Notion is a little bit better than Grok's. This is the main thing that I'm going to tell you about right now, the main difference. So it's not as this main difference that I have in my system. My system is better. Notion is not as good. Grok is not as good as Notion. That's how I'm rating it right now based on this one metric. So, like I said, Notion's version's been out since February, and it goes on Notion's own credits. That's how you pay for it. So it's not like an API. Like you basically use Notion's own form of credits, and they charge you based on their own rate. They have a credit meter. It's always running. So if you're just discovering Notion right now, you're going to find a paid product. And if your whole business already lives in Notion, this is a genuinely good deal if you are not a technical person. It's easier to start than anything I've built. It does not require a server. It does not require anything to be coded, and it can start working in minutes. But here's the boundary. Every one of these agents can only see and only touch what lives inside Notion. That is not a bug. That is the product. You are renting a very smart employee who is not allowed to leave one room. So basically, if your business is already on Notion, then you got a lot of your business information on Notion. If it's not, then you've got to migrate a lot of data into Notion to get this to really be different than just like a Grok bot or a Hermes agent or any of these other agents. So this is the main thing, is that Notion has a better database, but there still are restrictions with the Notion database. So now I'm going to talk about what is standing on your own database. It's all about the spine. So my agents stand on one shared database I own. The research lands in it. All my analytics land in it. Everything across my business goes into this database. I consider it to be called a spine. So all of my information is in this one spine. From what I understand about Notion is that it doesn't automatically collect the information the way that I can set up my database with agents to automatically collect the information. Maybe you could train agents to do that with Notion, but then you're going to be restricted by Notion's own connections. So basically, if you want to use an API or any kind of tool, it has to have a special Notion kind of like a feature on it so that it can work with Notion. Whereas like I'm just free to use whatever tool that I want that exists, and even like create my own tools if I have a problem and I need to find a workaround. Notion can't really do that, at least not from what I'm understanding. So let me show you this flow. We got a different view of the flow. And basically, I'm showing you one loop. The research agent wrote this week's research into the database. The outcome tracker wrote how last week's videos actually did. And then next week, the researcher reads those results before it does anything new. My agents read each other's work. That is part of the rented agent locked in one app can never do for my business. So basically, that's part of the rented agent lock-in. I mean, it's locked in, so it can't, when it's rented, like it's going off a database that Notion owns. Notion owns that database. Notion decides how that database is structured. A rented agent resets, an owned system compounds. Your context is the moat. Your context is the moat. That is very important. The database has been running my business for months. The first standing agent clocked in on it at the end of July. Building this was not easy, and I'm still building, and I mean, like, building it was actually easier than getting it working correctly. Because it's like, I can tell with these systems, you pretty much have to build them. There's going to be a lot of issues and bugs, just like building an app. Then you got to go through and squash the bugs, and then it's actually working right. So months of work, live on camera. A lot of it I did not live too. But renting is easier to start. Owning is better to run. All right, so now I'm going to show you the receipts. So here's how each agent I own, I can actually see the receipts, and I can see how much it costs to run, how long it takes to run, the models, the different costs in the models. I can do a lot of tests right on my own database. Like I can set up tests on my database to test different models. When a new model comes out, I can set up a test so I can test it really quick instead of having to like test it in real time. And let me know if you want me to do a video on that too. So every shift, every agent, I can see the bill. This research shift last week was about 34 cents. That agent's whole career so far has cost me about less than $2. The entire fleet shares one $5 a month server. I pick which brain each employee gets. The researcher runs on one of the most expensive models on the market because it feeds everything else. I believe with Notion, you get to pick which brain you want to use, which model, but I think it's kind of limited. I'm not sure if you can use all the different models that are, say, in like a deep router, but it should have like all the main primary models, like all the frontier models. So nothing ships without crossing me. 16 standing agents across 2 businesses so far, and the one job that never gets automated is the approval button for me. Because I run AI, AI does not run I. So, probably asking yourself, or maybe, should you rent or should you own your agents? So, rent agents is best when your business lives in one tool. If you need it working today, if you do not want to build anything, or if you do not know how to build anything, or you do not want to learn, there's no shame in that at all. You get to decide as a human being where you want to send your focus and your energy and your priorities. You know, if you want to learn tech and you want to learn how to build better tools, that's cool. If you would rather just pay somebody like me to do it for you, that's cool. If you would rather just like get something on Notion set up like really quick and understand that it's not going to be as good as doing this other system long term, that's cool. It's whatever you want to do. The choice is up to you. So you'd want to own when your business crosses tools. You use different tools in your business, which is most businesses. You want the context to compound. Most businesses. You want receipts. All businesses. You want to choose the brain. And I mean, I think you can still choose with Notion. It's just not that many choices. But I mean, you know, that can change. That's not that big of a deal. Just something to add. So Notion just taught millions of people the words custom agent. That helps everybody building in this space, including me. There's room for everybody. I don't even see Notion as competition. I just see it as collaboration. I see it as like, you know, they can see what I'm doing on their team. They can learn from me. I can see what they're doing. I can learn from them. We have different use cases, different customers. I mean, if people understand what they're doing and what they're getting into, then yes, that's the case. But if people see the words custom agents and they get in their mind like I would, what I just built, and then they get on Notion, then they would probably be disappointed. At least I would if I saw that and then I started using it and found out what it was and I knew what else was possible. So, giving you the honest split on renting or owning. Next thing I want to talk about is my prediction on agents based on what I've seen with Notion. So this is my opinion, just a prediction, but I think that every big platform, every big AI company is gonna use the words custom agents, and that's gonna get put on something that's basically rented inside of their app that they own, that you pay for already. So the word custom is gonna start meaning customized settings, but not custom built. So every time I think of custom, I think like custom built, like for that specific business. Like, you know, this system will not work in any other business. This system is custom for this. But how Notion to me basically is using it is just saying like the settings are customized. So that's what I'm seeing. So when that blur happens, the people who own their data layer are the ones whose systems keep compounding the whole time. And in business, it's very important to know that, you know, you gotta keep up to date with what's going on. Like if your competitors have a like considerably better system than you, I mean, that's gonna like, especially over time and compounding, you're gonna notice it. The platforms will sell you the employee, but nobody's gonna sell you the spine. You're gonna have to build that. You're gonna have to pay somebody to build it. As of right now, I do not see any solution to this so far. None has been built. So Anthropic already ships scheduled agents anybody can run. Notion just did this. All right, so I'm not telling you Notion got anything wrong. I'm telling you to know which one you are buying. An employee in one room or a system on a foundation you own. If you want to see how someone like me, who is not a developer, builds their own systems, go ahead, grab my free Claude Code starter kit. The link is in the description below. It's the exact setup I use. That's where you want to get started. So, you know, give thanks every time for life, health, and strength. Keep on building. Live the life you love and love the life you live. And I'll see you in the next one. I don't know why. I was like really excited about doing that video, but just like explaining it, like, I don't know. I feel like people like non-technical people are not going to understand that. But I mean, I don't know. That I got to put it out. One of my videos where I was like, I remember one of my videos I made last week and I was kind of just joking around and I almost didn't post it. And I was like, I mean, that's just me, like, just joking around the first half, and I wasn't taking it very serious, and like, people are gonna think this is fake, and like, but like, I don't know why I thought that, because it was the least thing from fake. It was like me being real, and it did like by far like 10 or 20 times more views than any other thing I did. So that's like, AI can look at the transcript and say, like, oh, well, maybe it's because you said this or you're talking about this, but AI can't see the ad lib of me joking. It can't pick up on that, like, subtle of context from a conversation yet, from what I've seen. It's very cut and dry. So that's something like me as a creator, only I can see. But I mean, it's crazy like how much these tools are getting better so much quicker. But then I'm building something that's still better than anything else I can see out there. So that is the first one. Let's see. All right, so I can mark that. All right, that's awesome. Just take that note to remind me that when I'm done with the workflow to do these builds. And then the next thing I'm seeing right now, I just completed the first video. The Notion just sold everyone custom agents. Right now, the way the workflow is set up is for me to just basically mark done, and to, I think, manually give you the video file path for you to do the silence cut and everything, and then I have to manually mark done. But what I'm doing on this workflow, what I think is possible, let me know. Is it possible that like I can just click done on the fact that I recorded the video, and then you can find the correct file of that video automatically and do the editing part automatically, and then just like mark off the card when you're done? So then that's how I'll know when you're done. And also this would be like an agent in the cloud, so that I don't have to have my PC on in the future. I'm trying to, like, the ultimate goal is to have all this running through the cloud at some point after it gets all dialed in. It was me. I broke it, not the AI. AI wants me to be honest that I actually broke it. The AI did not break itself. um, and it's trying to shame me by putting my name in all capital letters. So be careful if you break something in AI. They might put your name in all caps and tell you to make sure that you don't tell people that you broke that AI broke it, but you broke it. So what broke was my email key got rotated during security work. The agent's copy on the server was never updated. The research completed and saved, but only the email step failed. And the run status design marked the whole shift failed, but it was just the email. So after doing some investigation, I found out that it was actually just the email. An easy fix. Never frame this as the model failed at thinking. The honest sentence is, I broke my own employee. That's not really what I'm concerned about, but see, 5 times deeper. My researcher got damaged. Just like my keyboard. Reminds me there's no music going. C Films working on adding another Washington City to the website. Well, trying to think. Oh yeah, Spokane. I think that's like probably the second biggest city there. And then the only other cities I can think of are like the ones inside like Tacoma. So yeah, I don't know what city that might be, but that's awesome. I know Spokane and Seattle are very, very different. So those are like the 2 main cities from what I know. Now I remember being in both places and feeling like different worlds. Those mountains, I think, what is it, like the Cascades? The Seattle side and then the other side are very different. And I learned that from now on I should probably just fly so I don't have to be on the Spokane side of those mountains anymore. That's just my own personal experience. So either way, that's awesome. Good to hear you're doing something new. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this one. Maybe. I feel like I gotta think about this one. I'm not really sure. Maybe change something. Yeah, I gotta think about this one. I'm thinking it's crazy moving through this work so quick. Like stuff that used to take me so long. Alright. Nothing to do here on stream. Oh yeah, there is. That's right. Yep. Yep. Even AI sees this. I'm about to give you screenshots of posts on X that are in my feed, and I want you to do the usual. Let me know what you think about replying, and give me 2 variations of replies for each post you think I should reply to, and any other information that might help me. And as always, if you see a post that's doing really well, make sure that you save it in the database. Get some data on what's working in the niche. Anything else you can think of doing for this task, let me know. Sounds so easy. That's all you gotta do. Just turn your retirement portfolio into real estate cash flow. It's so easy. Nothing can go wrong. You don't have to worry about picking stocks. That's super difficult. I'm being sarcastic. I don't think so, but I'm gonna check just to see. bloop, blop, blibbit. Yeah. Yeah. Got the error main here. Respect every time. This station is the lo-fi, I believe. I'll double check that. Yep, we got the lo-fi. Head bopping. Head blooping. Plibbit. Bloop. Skewer. Plump. Definitely. What do I need to go over with the bot? With the pouch? Yeah, definitely. I'll just like start working with it. I'm thinking just like, I just need to see what you got so far. And just try it, like, see how it works. Especially for like the intended way people would use it. And make sure you don't tell anybody about the pouch, especially Ramona. As opposed to what we said yesterday, she's going to be at the library every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there's no other day for the pouch. So, basically, just let me know what you got so far. Show me the bot, like how it exists so far. And, I think we can at least get it figured out, like, the best way to build it. Probably build it. And I'm thinking just, like, probably the speech part would have to be another, like, session. Get it built, make sure it's working for a little bit, then add the speech, but that's not necessary. But I mean, the main thing, you know, I'm thinking, wow, it's already like 11. Yeah, bro, I'm just gonna end this. I'm gonna finish this stream up in like the next 10 minutes, and then we can get started on this work. So just get the bot ready so that I can just like test it out and see what it does. And I guess you use Codex, so get Codex up, and that's all you need to do. I don't think I'm gonna need your actual file at first. Well, no, yeah, I'll probably need it actually, like the repo. So yeah, if you got that, then that would be helpful. I'm not sure if I'll definitely need it, but I might, probably actually. You think it's better to start over? Then that's fine with me. I don't think it'll make much difference. The time it'll take to figure out how everything is already wired up probably end up being the same amount of time it would take to just like wire everything from the beginning. And probably, honestly, yeah, starting over might be better. Just make sure the foundation is right from the start. So you're saying it's just using files, it's not coded right the way we need it. Ours is more complex. Okay. Awesome. That sounds, I would agree. I would say, yeah, let's probably start over. Maybe just like show me what you've got so far so I can kind of just understand what what like it's supposed to do, I guess. Yours is hardwired to hard files, not logic. I think I know what you mean, not 100%, but we'll definitely check that out. Just have all that stuff ready. I'm not sure like what all I'll need, but I think the main thing to just get started is to see what what the intended purpose is, to like know what is the end goal basically. Awesome. If you invested $10,000 in McDonald's 10 years ago, you would have about $25,000 today. If you invested 10K in Nvidia, you have over $1 million. If only I could go back in time. If I could go back in time though, I'd be betting on sports, not stocks. That would be way quicker money. Way less taxes. Everybody's always talking about, oh yeah, look at this. If you'd have just done this 10 years ago. It's like, yep. Let me just start up my time machine. Right, 10K in Bitcoin 10 years ago. I would take that one. I would take that one because then I would be I remember every top pretty well just off memory, so man, take me back to 2013. Sell it all at 1,000. Rebuy it back at 100. What was that, 2017? Sell it like 20K. Rebuy back at like, I think it was like 3K like a year or 2 years later. And it was like 70K. Then it was like 120. But yeah, Bitcoin, those cycles, there's nothing like that in stocks I've seen. At least any kind of like reliable stock, or stock that has like liquidity. Would I want a sports almanac 1950 to 2000? No, I don't think so. I think it's probably easier to just ask AI than to even like find information in a book nowadays. But yeah, that's definitely definitely good good data for C-Film's site. Gray's Sports Almanac is a famous book. So I know there's sports almanacs, but I did not know like the different companies that make them and stuff. But it sounds like Gray's must be the best. And yeah, I remember when the LLMs first came out, and following sports a lot, and all the like presentators were like talking about how like LLMs now, like they don't have to like do all their research before each game to like find out all these different data points. And like when I saw that, I was like, okay, these guys are figuring this out too. They're seeing how like just being a sports presentator AI is like changing their job overnight. I feel like that's one of the signs. I was like, this is gonna be like everywhere. This is not just gonna be for like tech people. I think this is gonna be like every area of life. You're saying Gray's Sports Almanac is a fictional book from Back to the Future Part 2 that lists 50 years of... Oh, that's right. Because he had that almanac, so he went back in time to bet on this. Oh, that makes sense. I remember that now. Yup, and I've still been waiting for that hoverboard to come out. Maybe actually, no, I got the surfboard hoverboard version, but I still need to get the skateboard hoverboard version from Back to the Future. I thought that would be here by now. Wow. The one post I thought I wasn't even thinking of. AI has good reasons on why it's probably the best. Stuff like this all the time that I do not see because my brain just cannot process data like AI, I think, to sum it all up. I sent the first 2 replies, variant A, and I have a question. You're talking about AI agents to trade is surging, and I have built out like a whole lab of AI agents that have that are basically like trying strategies for trading bots, and then like if a strategy works, then they try it in real time, and then if it graduates that, then I give it money. So basically, I did one video of this for my like personal brand site. I'm wondering, do you think I should try like making an update video and put it on the Stackivate site? It's very different from like the Stackivate business. You know, the Stackivate business is about investing. This is like the trading bot. Go ahead and do what you need to do for the log for those X replies, and then let me know what you think about the bot video idea. It's like, who are you gonna invest in? Jensen or Ronald? Yeah. Why don't I just go invest in Monsanto while I'm at it? Alright, I'd have to say that's that. Let's see. Yup, I got a lot of off-stream work to do. This was what I was doing all day today. But at least I did a stream, got some stream work done. It's gonna be a shorter stream today. And still a good stream every time. Respect to everybody in the chat. Big up all the massive. Big up everybody. It's a good community. It's all about vibe coding unity. And you're in tune to the nation for the vibe coding station. Or wait, the station with the vibe coding nation, actually. Other way around. So, like, you're gonna change it from a smile to a frown. And then feel like the king with the crown. Living the life. So you know. C Films is also done with the new Washington State City page. That is awesome. Washington State City. Well, why not check it out real quick? Let's see what it is. Alright, check out C Films real quick. Check out the new Washington State. Wrong browser. Yeah, that's it. C Films. It's trying to change my search to C Film without the Z. So nothing's showing up, and I gotta manually change it to C Films. Yeah, now it's showing up. Awesome. Yep, so I got that right this time, but so that's something I'm wondering, like, what do you do when that happens where Google tries, you know, if you spell something a little bit differently like you did with a Z, And then Google like automatically does the search for like what they see is the correct spelling. I'm wondering if there's a way that you can like go in Google and like change the settings so when people search for C films that basically it doesn't like revert their search to the wrong spelling where it won't show up. Oh, so you got multiple cities now, okay. Oh, you got every city now. There we go. Yakima, that is the city that I could not remember. Yakima. I remember. Oh man. I remember that. People were telling me not to go there. And I was like, wait, I've already been there. I drove through there and I don't think I would ever go there again. That city. Okay. Bellingham. Vancouver. That one's like Portland. You just try Tacoma. I was looking for the athletes. Oh, I click on it. There we go. Oh, that's awesome. Because I remember before this was like just the whole state. So now you've like broken it up into city. That's cool. Yeah, it's awesome. Like when you like figure out what you can do with databases and stuff and like how to arrange information makes a big difference. We got the One Bowling Pro. The Bowling Pro. What was dude's name? Munson. Roy Munson. And Ernie McCracken. Every time I see bowling. Basketball. Isaiah Thomas. Don't recognize any of the football players. Got one golfer. Not many golfers coming out of Seattle. Or bowlers. But hey, we got some. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely keep me up to date. It's cool watching this site get built. And definitely gives me, like, this gives me ideas, like, just stuff I never would have thought of, like, you know, taking data and just arranging it differently and seeing if, you know, that works better, if, you know, more people like it. So that's awesome. Thanks for that. Newest city's Redmond. I'll just check that one out real quick. Redmond. Oh. Board game hangout store. That's a whole nother market too. I would have never thought of. So that's awesome, man. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing what you're doing. It's awesome to see this come together. Feel like this has a lot of potential. Definitely feel like one day I'm gonna just be like randomly minding my own business and be watching some sports or something, and they're gonna be talking about the C Films website, and I'm gonna be like, wait, no way. Like, I know that person, I know that site. But I would have to say that's gonna be it for today. Hopefully you got a lot of value off of what I had to say and do. Coming through always with something new for you. So, you know, to tune into the station for the Vibe Coding Nation. Make sure you like up the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm coming through with the new information steady. So that's